Indians will not be welcome anywhere in the world after this. The foreign minister has called this criticism point scoring. In an interview this afternoon, he addressed almost every issue surrounding the pandemic in India: the politics and the blame game, the global media coverage, the pressure on Indian missions abroad, the help coming from foreign countries, and above all, the political campaigns that were held at a time when the cases were exploding in India. Those election rallies. Let's take them one at a time. We'll start with the rallies. At least 5 states and union territories went to polls last month in India. Everybody from union ministers to chief ministers to the Prime Minister of India addressed massive rallies. The campaigns continued despite the surge in cases, which led to many questioning the government's priorities. On this, the Foreign Minister of India said, "You don't stop elections in a place like India." Exact words spoken. Take a look.
People have spoken about elections. Now, obviously, we are a democratic country. You don't stop elections in a place like India. The only time I remember we stopped elections was an era which, some decades ago, when I was very much younger, where none of us really wants to be associated with that kind of memory.
The second issue, the critical media coverage. India has become the biggest international headline and not one to be proud of. Indian journalists are appearing on global networks, some describing the situation as it is, some exaggerating it to suit their political agenda. Now, the Foreign Minister of India acknowledged the right to having an opinion, but he also said that a lot of analysis, and listen to this, a lot of analysis is coming from people who write fiction.
I see a lot of analysis by people who write fiction, by people who are political commentators. Now, I'm not saying they shouldn't have a view. I mean, everybody has a right to a view in this country. But I would take very seriously the public health people, the people who would actually sit very objectively and diagnose and analyze why we are facing the problem.
The third issue, international support to India. The US, the UAE, the UK, France, Taiwan, a whole host of countries sending critical medical supplies to India. Critics say this highlights India's helplessness. The foreign minister says what others describe as aid, we describe as friendship.
We gave medicines, hydroxychloroquine, paracetamol, we gave to the United States, okay? We gave to Singapore, we gave to European countries. We sent a medical team to Kuwait. We gave actually vaccines to some countries in the Gulf. Now, would you have described it as aid? We described it actually as friendship, as support.
The fourth issue, the pressure on Indian missions abroad. It is Indian embassies, remember, that are organizing and coordinating international support. But the vitiated debate on India could hurt, even derail the work that they're doing. So the foreign minister had a message for Indian diplomats. He has asked them not to be overpowered by negative reports, to filter the noise and focus on ensuring key requirements.
Will be people who would naturally be worried about what's happening in India, understandably so. So some of it would be to explain to them what is happening. But the key message would be, look, there will be debates in India. Filter that noise. Do what you have to do as a mission. Do your job.